Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 9th. This week, we are going to jump right in here. You have the Seer card. It says, follow your intuition. You also have this Oracle card. It says, seek wisdom and guidance from elders. So two very intuitive cards right at the beginning. Your intuition clearly could be guiding you at this time. Even the Empress here can be very intuitive. She has a planchette right here from like a Ouija board. And, she can definitely represent needing to tap into your intuition or trusting your intuition. So I think your intuition is trying to guide you at this time, and that would be a good idea. You also have this Nourish card right here with the Empress. The Empress is all about nourishing yourself, right? Taking care of yourself. She's a card of self-care, being kind to yourself, all that other good stuff. But I kind of feel that you need to nourish something. So, it's like obviously if you're working on like a project or an idea, I think the more that you can care for it and like nurture it, the better it's going to be. So I think that a lot of you could be really kind of nourishing, something into existence. And of course, that would be a good thing. You have the Ace of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. So pretty good for love for those of you that want it. There definitely could be a new connection. You've been getting a lot of love in the readings. And, as I always say, this isn't going to magically happen. Just because there's love here doesn't mean you'll have it. You have to go and get it. So, people always say to me how they've been, waiting for 3 years for love. And I always say to those people, you answered your own question. You just said the word waiting. Like, what are you waiting for? You can go and get it. You can go and find it. So there's no point in waiting for something you want when if you have 2 legs, 2 arms, and even if you don't, you can still go get it. So I would put yourself out there and try to find a person, go do things, right? Yes, believe it or not, I know it sounds weird, I know, but in this Tinder age that we are in, but if you go do stuff, you're going to find a person who does stuff, which is much more exciting than some bozo who just sits on the toilet and swipes left or right? I always tell people, it's like, I think that we should be, if you want love, you have to put yourself everywhere, because then you're telling the universe, I'm willing to find it in any way possible. But I always tell people it's much better, I think, to like go do something like a hobby, take a karate class, go do something and meet a person that way, because then you're meeting a person who does stuff, right? And so the Ace of Cups is all about love, and definitely could be, a lot of love coming in for you. As always with you, Taurus, you always get these heart-based cards. Ace of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups, which you get in every single reading. I mean, literally the only thing Taurus should be doing is listening to their heart, and your heart is guiding you towards bigger and better things. You have the Empress, so your card, for sure, and so this puts you in a position of power and strength. I got the feeling at the beginning of the reading that you need to nurture something, or really kind of nourish something and give it good food, right? So if this is like a business, I think you need to like do the things that nourish it, do the things that lift it up. Same thing with your health or your, your business, your job, or your relationships. I think that nourishing the things that matter is going to pay off big time with the Empress, and that's what I would do there. You also have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, and so there could be good things happening after a difficult period of time. It's also happy home, happy family, so this card is amazing for love or for finding a love connection if you want it. I also always say that these people are choosing to be happy. They're standing in the real world, but they are celebrating those 10 cups that are above their heads. And I think that, that a lot of people right now, there's like a lot of stuff going on in the world. There's a lot of things to worry about, but these people are choosing happiness. And I keep encouraging people that no matter what, choose happiness or do things, find the things that you can do to make you happy, to bring more happiness into the world, right? With the Ace of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, definitely a change in your fortunes or a turnaround. Again, Ten of Cups can be fortune after difficulty, so there could be like some sort of big change in your fortunes. I'm kind of getting like a change in your destiny here with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is your destiny, but it's really your personal vision of your destiny, like it's like what you think your destiny is. And then we end with the Moon, but the Moon is coming up in the good stuff, and the Moon has that path straight down the middle of the Moon, and the Moon says don't get distracted, don't get off your path. So I kind of feel that these cards, all this going on here is just saying stay on the path that you're on. With the Empress, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. I think people need to be very careful of this or that thinking right now, and I think people need to stay open to all options. So, that's really all I get off of the Two of Swords is it's saying, allow yourself to be flexible, or allow yourself the, flexible thinking, because that's where you're going to get better ideas. With the Ten of Cups, you have the King of Swords twice right here. So if you do want love, you could be attracting someone who's like older than you. I'm pretty sure this came up in your September bonus reading. It was like all about an older or a more mature person coming in for you. So for those of you that want love, it could be a very mature person. Could be an air sign, although, again, it doesn't have to be. King of Swords can be someone who just has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this transition card and also this nourish card. I think everybody is, pretty much going through a major change or a transition at this time. And you see that tree that is growing out of that egg. So again, we have all this imagery in this reading of kind of like nourishing something to grow, or taking care of yourself. And I'm pretty sure this comes up in all your readings. So you are a Taurus. You are kind of like the gardener of the tarot, or of the zodiac, I mean. And I think a lot of you just need to kind of like be in your nature, right? It's like you just need to do what Taurus does, nurture things, grow things, take care of them, one foot in front of the other type of energy as well. You have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Swords. I'm pretty sure everybody's had the Seven of Cups in this set of readings so far. The Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice, and he is dreaming of something that he wants to have or that he wants to manifest in his life, but he needs to take the risk to bring it down to earth. And right next to it, we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can absolutely represent a separation, or a breakup, or moving away from something. But really, the Five of Swords is about taking a risk, and you have the Two of Pentacles at the end. The Two of Pentacles is showing up in the good stuff, and the Two of Pentacles can represent juggling. I kind of feel like this is you taking the risk of going all in on something. Like, if you have an idea, instead of spending a lot of scattered energy, like really going all in on something that you're thinking about would probably be a good idea. I say probably because I don't know yet. We'll see when we clarify. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, of course, is about following your heart. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. It comes up in every single one of your readings. But I really feel it's the best thing that Taurus could possibly do. Your heart is telling you to do something, and I would just go do it, whether it's like start a business or, change your job or go through a transition. And, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. The Queen of Cups really values her heart above everything else. And so I feel if you follow your heart, that's where your success is going to come from. You have the King of Swords here. King of Swords is about knowledge and wisdom, and I feel you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom that you've learned over the years, but like how you present it could be very important, or changing the way that you present it could be important as well. Not to like talk too much about myself here, but it kind of reminds me, it's like I go live with a group that I have every single week, right? And there's just a ton of information in the lives that I do with my group. And like someone said to me that, there's a lot of stuff that kind of gets lost because, we have all these recorded calls, and it's like people can't find all the good information, very easily necessarily in that group. And so they were like, basically, they kind of convinced me to go through, take out all the good stuff and put it into videos, right? And so it's like, that's like a lot of knowledge that isn't being used. And that's popping into my head for you with the King of Swords is like, I think the way you present something could be changing. Like I'm changing the presentation by taking it out and putting it in its own separate video, if that makes sense. I get the same thing for you here with the King of Swords. It's like, I think there's like the way you present something could change. It would almost be like, there's a lot of advice that I give in these videos, for these tarot videos, that just gets lost because tarot videos only last for the time frame that they're for. And, it would be probably a good idea if I took a lot of the good advice and put it on the Chris Reck channel. For example, it's like the same advice, but I'm just not presenting it with tarot. And, so I'm trying to paint the picture for you here, Taurus. It's like, I feel like there's something like that in your life where it's like the way that you paint the picture or the way that you present something could totally change. And, I don't know, put your thinking cap on, because I think that it could be very helpful or just very good for you. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles is slow progress, although I actually feel pretty good about this for you. I feel like you are making progress towards the Seven of Cups, so I'm not too worried about it. Sometimes I don't like the Knight of Pentacles because usually he's like overthinking something. He's not getting started. He is kind of, it's like analysis paralysis in some ways. He's thinking too much about what he needs to do. He's doubting himself. He's hesitating. And so I feel pretty good about it actually energetically. So not too worried about it. With the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Pentacles here. You have a lot of kings. Well, 3 kings, 2 of them are the same. But the King of Pentacles, of course, is you. It's Taurus. So you're showing up in a very strong, kind of like abundant position here. And I feel a lot of you, the King of Pentacles has great skills that he uses to increase his wealth. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be using your skills, or you need to use your skills to increase your wealth. With the King of Swords, you have the Emperor. There we go. So Empress and the Emperor, for sure, definitely could be attracting a divine counterpart into your life. I would say it's probably a King of Swords person, more mature. Could be any sign. Really the sign doesn't matter. I would just say it's a person who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, a person who carries themselves in a mature way, probably an action taker type energy with the Emperor showing up here. So definitely kind of like a bossed up person. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the Scarab Spirit. It says, what appears unusable, you cannot make this up. I literally basically just said this, may still have great value if you look deeper. I didn't even see this card, and I was just talking about like reusing something, with the content. I'm not saying it has to be content. Again, you're going to have to apply it to your own situation. Obviously, I don't know what you all do, but I just saw you in my head kind of like taking something you already do and presenting it in a different way, or you're presenting it in a different light, or you're looking at it from a new perspective. It's like maybe you do video, maybe you need to do it in writing, or maybe you need to write a book, or maybe you need to do something else. Again, I'm telling you, I feel like there's something you do, no matter how big or small it is, where presenting it in a different way could be very successful. Like, I've thought a lot about this. Again, I'm not saying that I'm going to end my tarot channel, but YouTube seems to be doing weird things with tarot channels. I'm like, I could still do this, but not tarot, right? It's like YouTube doesn't have to see the cards. They don't have to know. It's like maybe I need to communicate more secretively with my words, right? And the things I say, but I can still provide the same advice, right? So it's like maybe you need to kind of like look at how you present something. You have this explosive situations. It says the destruction will allow new growth to emerge and shape a new future. We are in a time of destruction, so I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think that we're going to see plenty of things crumbling at this time, especially now that Pluto's gone back to 29. There might be more bank collapses, world leaders stepping down, all sorts of craziness. And number one, I would keep your head on straight. Like I always tell people, 10 of Cups, right? Yes, we are going to see plenty of crazy things that are going on in the world, but unless you can directly affect it, I wouldn't even worry about it. I would focus on right here. What's in front of you? What can you do right now to bring more happiness into the world, more love, more joy, more peace? What can you do? And this could be through a business, right? Especially if it does those things. You have the Five of Swords, the Justice card, and the Devil. Five of Swords is about walking away from things that no longer serve you, and can represent winning at all cost. I kind of feel it's more talking about you taking a risk to go all in on something, which I said at the beginning, especially with that Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles in the good stuff is good. It could, to me, the Two of Pentacles is a clue card. Sometimes I feel the Two of Pentacles is a clue for a settlement, but so if you're involved in something legal, you could be getting a settlement, but not necessarily. It can be like a settlement from the universe where you've been giving something energy for a very long period of time, and now the universe is returning that energy to you. But I think you have to go all in on something to make that happen. So I feel that's the risk that you could be taking. You have the Justice card. Again, probably just karmic justice. Like I said, I feel like the universe is balancing things out for you with the Two of Pentacles and the Justice card. And, again, I really don't have much to say on this Justice card because I just feel that this is justice that's coming in for you. You have the Devil. I don't feel bad about the Devil either. I actually feel like this could be a person who is going to be very valuable for you. It could be a Capricorn, and so there could be a person that that's a Capricorn that could be very helpful. It could be like a friend, a family member. I don't even think this is love. I think that this could just be a person who has ideas that set you free. These two people are bound at the front of him, but the chains around their necks go down to like here. And they could easily lift those chains around their necks. I almost feel that some of you are being set free by a person. It's not like they're doing anything. I think like a person could have advice for you, or they could say something to you that kind of awakens something in you that kind of leads to your freedom. So I hope that makes sense. But, again, I would pay attention to like any friends that always have good advice or anything like that. It's going to be very good for you. With the Five of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups twice in this reading. Some of you could be taking a risk on love, of course. I like the King of Pentacles for love as well, because it's like two people who want something permanent. It can represent a connection where there's like a very solid foundation as well. So if you're taking a risk on like an emperor, your divine counterpart, it could be pretty good. With the Justice card, you have the Nine of Swords, which you have twice. We go down to the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords and the good stuff would say that you're ending a negative cycle. So, again, this could be justice that's coming in for you based off of some sort of cycle that you have been going through. So if you've been going through a negative cycle, or if you've been experiencing negativity, I think that this is a much better cycle for you. With the Devil, you have the Star. Like I said, I feel pretty good about that Devil card. I read intuitively. The Devil isn't always negative to me. I actually don't think the Devil is really negative in the first place. It's like, yes, he has a negative connotation, but, the Devil is Saturn and Capricorn. And so, really it can just represent needing to be disciplined, needing to get rid of the bad habits, which really there's nothing bad about doing those things. Excuse me. Sorry, my allergies are really bad today. I don't know if you can tell, but, again, I think that this is a good thing that's coming in for you. Next in the area of the good stuff, you have this Avoid Drama card. You have this Moonflower. It says Take Risks card. Can't make that up. I've literally been saying take a risk this whole time. And I would avoid drama, of course. Like I said, Ten of Cups. I would focus on happiness, happy home, happy family. Focus on your family, if you have one. And, focus on spending time with the people who matter to you. I think that's what's going to matter the most with this energy, and it's probably going to lead to the most success moving forward. So, I really, really like this for you. You have the Two of Pentacles. Like I said, taking the risk of going all in. I really feel there's nothing to say here as well. Your reading is very straightforward in my head. It's like sometimes I do a reading and I feel like it's just like one message, that's it, and, get in, get out, right? And I kind of feel that about the Two of Pentacles. It's just saying like, take the risk to go all in on something and you will be successful. You have the Moon. I really like that the Moon is coming up in the good stuff. I don't look at the Moon as a bad card either, but it can, definitely cause confusion, fear, all those other things. And sometimes I feel the Moon represents a distraction. There are these two pillars on the Moon. And the two pillars on the Moon are kind of like a warning to the fool to not get off his path. I'm sure you've all been there where it's like you start a project, you start something, and then you see like a shiny object and it distracts you from your original intention, right? And the Moon is a reminder that we need to not get distracted from the original intention of something that we set out to do. And so the Moon kind of in the good stuff would say that you are seeing something through to the end. You are completing something that you set out to complete. You have the Nine of Swords and the good stuff. I really like to see this because, again, like I said, I think you're ending a negative cycle. You can't make this up either. Two of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is inspiration. It is desire. It is you kind of having a brand new, fresh beginning. It's out with the old and with the new. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be you just focusing in on one thing. I look at the Ace of Wands as like the start of a fire. The Ace of Wands is the spark of inspiration. It's just a spark. You have to keep focusing on that fire. You have to build the fire bigger and bigger and bigger so that it can grow. And I feel like that's what you need to do here. With the Moon card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Are you kidding? Love it. Ten of Pentacles, very good card. And I love readings that have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles together. It's kind of like everything you want and desire in your life. And the Ten of Pentacles is also financial security as well. With the Nine of Swords, you have the King of Cups. Did you have him? I thought you had the King of Cups again, but I guess not. But anyway, you have the King of Cups. So again, there definitely could be a person who's almost an emperor. That's the other thing that is going on here is that we have almost an emperor here with these three kings, and then we do have the emperor. But it's like what I'm wondering is if you're attracting someone who is almost an emperor, like maybe you're going to attract someone. And again, I'm telling you this because this could be a clue for you. It's like you could be attracting a person who is in the process of bossing up, right, in their life. And that's what you could be attracting. You also have the King and Queen of Cups, which I love to see. Those two are, in my mind, are very good divine counterparts, so really nice. You have this Dog card. It says, protection from a powerful friend. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think that there's a person, probably Capricorn, but it could just be a person that that has Capricorn rising or something. They could have a very good idea for you, especially for those of you in work or business, and I would listen. You have this Purse card that says, pay attention to your finances. I think your money's actually going to be doing pretty well. I just wouldn't be wasting it. People keep asking me all the time, like, I think there's no use being like paranoid about money. Money is definitely 100% going to change. I've been saying this since 2016 that I think by the end of like 2025, beginning of 2026, we're going to see a much bigger shift financially. And what does that look like? I actually don't know. But, we have Neptune moving from Pisces to Aries. Neptune rules anything that flows. Currency. We call it currency, right? It flows. And so the flow of money will be changing. And mark my words, but, right when Neptune shifts. And I've been saying this since 2016. So, I wouldn't be paranoid. I wouldn't be like worried about this. I don't think that's going to be very helpful, but I would just pay attention, right? You have this older woman card. It says dealings with relationships with an older woman. You have this July card. This could be the person. Maybe they were born actually in July. Maybe they're not a Capricorn, but just maybe you have a person who is Capricorn in their chart, born in the month of July, and they could be very helpful for you. Cancer, opposite of Capricorn, and July could be Cancer, so definitely something I would pay attention to. You have this Lion card. It says time to act. Yes, definitely. That card says take a risk. I think it's time for you to be brave, confident, embrace the energy of a Leo, right? Which would also be July. You have this Bell card. It says announcement on it. There could be exciting news coming in for you here as well, Taurus. But this looks really good. Pretty simple. I would take the risk to, do that one thing, but it looks really good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.